like 5 a.m. cruising in the GrannyCar. We're gonna head to work, and then from there try and hit the track and do some test passes for the 750 index of Olympic Streetcar Shootout next weekend. So the goal is to try and get a couple runs in, see if we can slow the car down, hit around 750, save a couple tune-ups, that way we can start off on a good point and then adjust to the Bremerton track as necessary. But it's wet and rainy out here right now. I'll show you guys another view, but my phone won't let me change it. It's a little wet out here today. But she's running good. Just doing regular streetcar things. Stuck in traffic. Got a drink in the cup holder though, so we good. Now we're cruising. We're in overdrive, locked up, 70 mile an hour. We're at the track. I threw a little bass tune in. It's 6 pounds through first, second, third gear, just flatline, just to see where we're at. A little bass line. We're in the lanes for hit number 1. This is just 6 pounds. To see a baseline. I think I'm only gonna go to the 8th mile, and then we'll start adjusting the tune from there. So I'm not expecting anything great on this one. I also turned off the sloppy trans brake, and I'm just gonna do 2-step and foot brake release at the same time. That way I'm not having to deal with that half-second delay or anything like that. So this is a Thursday night cruise in, and it's a ladies' night, so they're really trying to encourage people to come and try out the track and stuff. So there's a whole range of experience, from people just learning the tree to experienced racers out here. So I really like this. I think this is Pro Tree. We're about to find out though. Gotta scrub the tires from sitting all winter. Get staged up. Oh, I'm double bold, but I'm slow, that's why. I said I was gonna go to the 8th, but I kind of suck. But that was a good shakedown, get the nervous jitters out, and then we'll look at the data log and see what I screwed up. I felt the launch retard kick in right off the hit, and then I felt it ramp out, and then like 8th mile it just ramped back up. So I wonder if it didn't take my 3rd gear neutering of the boost. I haven't passed any more cars. Hopefully I didn't shoot a bunch of liquid on the track or something. Can't see what they're doing over there. Okay, now they're running cars, so hopefully I didn't make a mess or anything.
that left lane, 1264, we could definitely do better than that.
All right, so I gotta put the tune up back in there that I'm used to racing, which is with the sloppy trans brake. So I release on the rev limiter, and then like a half second later I release on the brake. I'm so used to doing it, that's what I did the first time, even though I was supposed to just release them both at the same time. So I put it back on the sloppy brake, and I've got an actual two-step that I can use and not push through the brakes. And then I just turned the boost curve down to 6 pounds across the board, which made about 10 pounds manifold pressure. Hopefully this is just a cleaner run, and then this can be my new baseline. All right, they dried the track. I turned the launch down to 3,000 and set boost to 4 PSI commanded all the way across the board. Just try and do a solid A to B just in case we get more rain. So let's give that a shot.
All right, in the lanes for number 2 test pass. TPS dropped out the first one. I don't know what the deal was with that, so I reseated it, and we'll see if that issue just disappears. But it essentially dropped out and then reset the boost curve, and that's why it felt like I had forgotten to add boost or something like that in third gear, because it just kind of dropped out and started pulling hard afterwards. We're close, just waiting our turn. All right, we should be next pair up. Essentially, I don't really care about reaction time, so I'm gonna just try and get on the sloppy brake, build my boost, and then let go and do the little delay thing, not worry about reaction time, and just try and aim for a consistent time. All right, we're up. Spicy burnout. TPS issue that time. I did kind of release the brake a little too early instead of let it yank me out of the brakes. But so 60 foot might not be there, but if I get a good number, I'll take it. Cruising right now at 46 psi oil pressure. Charge temp's only 77 degrees. It's a nice cool day. I got a big old thick intercooler. Coolant temp's 206. Trans temp 117. This thing just likes to just sit and idle and be stuck in traffic, and it just works. Love this old granny car. I'm just happy I got one solid pass. That way if it rains again, I at least have somewhere to start off of with that flat 4 psi boost curve all the way across. Gives me something to work with, whereas the first time, you know, TPS dropping out, I have a spare one that I'll bring with me to Olympic Streetcar Shootout. I've never had that issue though, but I did put a new throttle cable on it. Don't know if it was just a one-off isolated incident or what. Love that kids are out here getting excited about hot rods. getting somewhere. 1173, 117. So now I can start baby stepping the boost up a little bit. That was a 7/68 mile. We're shooting for 750s. So might bump the boost up to like 5 or 6 psi and see what happens. All right, this is test pass number 3. Second pass, I thought I set it all to 4 pounds, and it's boost by RPM by gear, so 4 across the board. And I checked the tune and it was 4 across the board, but then I checked the data log and it was 4 in first gear, 6 in second, 6 in third. And that's target dome, which made like 8 psi and then 10 psi farther down. So I just bumped up that first gear to 6 pounds commanded, hopefully 10 psi. And I ran a 760 that last pass, and we're targeting close to 750s as a baseline. Just little changes.
But
all right, we'll start our data log.
But you're all good people out here. Anyways, they lost.
All right, let's do it. Rolling into the water box. OG pull me in. Right there.
Head out of Sheridan, Oregon. 33 Automation Assembly in the 77 Skylark.
Might have been a little too fast, but that was a good one. I think I feel lazy on the launch compared to the last time I raced when I did like a 1080, but I also had the 2-step RPM at like 3600, and I dropped it down to 3000 because it was sprinkling water today. So I think I'm getting the timing right on the sloppy trans brake launch delay, but it just doesn't hit as hard as the last time I remember it in the fall, just because I'm 600 RPM lower and a couple pounds of boost less. But at the end of the day, don't really care about leaving hard. I'm just trying to get those 750s, try to make this old girl competitive.
Somebody, a ladies' night winner. So there was a great turnout. Like I said, if you hit the 100 miles per hour or over, come on out. We'll give you a 100 mile per hour sticker. So if you go over 100 miles per hour, come up to the tower, we'll get you a cool 100 mile per hour sticker.
All right, 750 with a 3. I think if we could keep the same tune up, back it up with something close, then we'll pack it up and save that tune for test pass 1 at Bremerton. So it's a 1/8 60 foot, and then 750 with the 3 and the 8 at 96 mile an hour, rolling out to 11.6 at 118. And I put the car 10.8s before, so it's definitely neutered right now, but then I don't get in trouble for not having a roll cage. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, but I like it. All right, so this is test pass number 4. This is the same tune-up, same everything as test pass number 3, where I ran the 750 with a 3. So I'm just trying to see if I can back that up They just cleaned the track, so the track's a little better, but the car's been sitting for a little bit longer while they're cleaning, so I'm a little cooler. So I kind of wouldn't be surprised if it runs a little bit quicker, but we'll see what it does. Got the data log going. Put that into third so I don't destroy the sprag. And I don't know if you can see it on the dash now, but right now on the top left it says it's in first gear, and then when I press the button it puts it into third gear. So then I release it and it drops it back down into first gear. We got the Demon 170 in front of us with some big needs. Oh, Honda Fit? Sick. Honda Fit versus Demon 170? No. Me versus Demon 170? Alright, me versus Demon. Let's do it. If I wasn't running 750s, I'd try and smoke them, but I get staged up.
Moments later.
And that Demon 170 was scooting. I'm just gonna take the last one too. That was a pretty good 60 foot for being turned down with the timing retard and stuff. I honestly expected to get pulled on from the beginning. R.I.P. Mofar. But that was GrannyCar. Kind of impressed me on that. Honda Fit with the turn signal. Attaboy. Turn signal off the track. Never thought about that. We do it everywhere else. Alright, let's go get our time slip. I'm thinking it went a little faster. He let me sit on the two-step for a while, so I know I've got damn close to target boost, whereas the last one, boost was still ramping up when I launched. But I'm doing a 4-pound leave, and it like had just hit 4 pounds when I left last pass. I'm guessing that I was probably sitting on 4 pounds, or maybe even overshooting it a little bit. But we shall see. Hopefully my computer doesn't die. It's low battery right now. I turned the brightness down and everything. Thank you, man. 11:59 with a 7:45 eighth mile. I knew I was gonna go a little bit faster, but with the conditions of car cooled down and just went through and cleaned the track, I'd say we're pretty close for a starting point. I think that's going to wrap up for today's testing. That last run was a 7:45. I'm pretty happy with that. So we got a 7:50 with the 3 is 7:45. We'll keep this tune-up in and we'll see what it does at Bremerton. Different elevation, DA, everything like that. But we got a good start. Car ran great, so I'm going to cool it down, put it back into streetcar mode, and then drive it on home. Alright, that's going to do it for our testing and prep for Olympic Streetcar Shootout next week. So I think I got a pretty close 750T tune-up to start with. And we'll click that one off first pass and see what we need to make changes with, or see what we need to make different. And then from there, we're just going to have fun, I guess. But check out this awesome view. Just cruising. My old grandma car. Beautiful sunset tonight. Weather held out for us. Love it. Anyways, thanks for watching, subscribing, comment, liking, whatever you guys are doing. And we'll see you at Olympic Streetcar Shootout. Let's go.